This is my audience. So some of you may be wondering why I have this pot and all these different assortments on the table. Tonight I will be teaching you how to cook a husband. And to the women in the room, it's kind of obvious as to why this is beneficial, but to some of the guys, it's kind of like scratching your head, like, what does this have to do with me? This will help you in the importance of knowing how to choose a good wife who's a really good cook. The recipe comes from Esther's Edibles, and Miss Esther and her husband, her husband is an evangelist, and they travel around to different churches at different states, and she collected recipes from the women at those churches. So this comes from her recipe book. So let's begin. A good many husbands are utterly spoiled by mismanagement in cooking, and so are not tender and good. Some women keep them constantly in hot water. Others let them freeze by their carelessness and indifference. Some keep them in a stew with irritating ways and words. Some wives keep them pickled, while others waste them away. It cannot be supposed that any husband will be tender and good so managed, but he will be really delicious when properly prepared. In selecting a husband, first, you should be guided not by silvery appearance as you would in buying a mackerel, nor by the golden tin as you would in buying salmon. Do not go to the market for him, as the best ones are always brought to the door. Be sure to select him yourself, as taste differs. It is far better not to have one at all, unless you will patiently learn how to cook him. Next, of course, a preserving kettle of the finest porcelain is best. But if you have nothing better than an earthenware pipkin, it will do. Like crabs and lobsters, husbands are cooked alive. They sometimes fly out of the kettle and so become burned and crusty on the edges. So it is wise to secure them in the kettle with a silken cord called comfort, as the one called duty is apt to be weak. Then make a clear, steady flame of love, warmth, and cheerfulness, and set him as near this as seems to agree with him. If he sputters, do not be anxious, for some husbands do this until they are quite done. Add a little sugar in the form of kisses, but use no pepper or vinegar on any account. Season to taste with the spices, good humor, and gaiety. Avoid sharpness in testing him for tenderness. Stir him gently, lest he lie too flat and close to the kettle, and so becomes useless. Soon you will need to test him for doneness. You cannot fail to know when he is done. If so treated, you will find him very digestible and agreeing with you perfectly, and he will keep you as long as you choose, unless you become careless and allow home fires to grow cold. Finally, thus prepared, he will serve a lifetime of happiness.